Now, like, you've obviously pumped out a few records in the time. Can you just talk us through your sound progression
The sound progression.
of the Frugals?
Well, it started off pretty insane, like a kind of a cross between Mr. Bungle meets Five Iron Frenzy meets Madness meets I don't know. It was pretty nuts. Like the early stuff that we did had a lot of screaming and a lot of fast, mixed up sort of chaotic beats and stuff. But there was definitely strong elements of ska there, and there was a trumpet in the beginning and stuff. So I don't know. And from there, that was most well reflected on Honky Tonk Cowboy Rides Again, our demo tape from 1998, which we actually, ironically, Lachlan, we recorded that in horse stables.
Yeah, it's true.
And and then from there, we were like, let's get a little bit more punk on everyone. And so we kind of incorporated punk and stuff into our sound and recorded in 1999 an EP called Just What You Need for Christmas. And and a lot of crew got into that, and we sold about 100 times more than what we thought we were going to sell. And and at that point, we just knew that that there was a demand for the band and that things were really happening for us. So we toured on that CD for a couple of years, and by that stage, the Frugals in like Queensland, New South Wales, and Victoria had grown really big, and we were getting a lot of people to death. Yeah. To our shows,
game over.
What? I swear you'll get an extra man on this, man. It's terrible. So we started touring a lot, and just sort of like the Frugals were starting to get a really big name for themselves up there. It wasn't really. We actually didn't come down here until a year and a bit just before we broke up. So by then we were pretty worn out and pretty tired. So. I don't know, probably didn't have the same sort of energy. I don't think people in Adelaide got to really see the Frugals at their peak, and which is, a bummer because we're living here now and stuff, but that's all right. But we did the EP and that went really well, and from there we basically kind of got almost to a point where we were almost a good band, and thought that we'd record this album called Formula for Success.
Still going.
See, I told you, next man. And Formula for Success was a bit of a pun at the music industry, particularly the Christian music industry, because as much as we loved the bands and the people that were a part of it, it became really apparent to us it was very formula derived, and we sort of felt really frustrated by that. And we were with a record company at the time who were really pushing us to be a particular sound and all that, and really put pressure on us to be something and to look something and sound something that we weren't, and because we didn't know any better and we were still young, and I think Morgan was only 15 or 16, our drummer, and I was like 21, so we're still really young, and we kind of just did what we were told, and it wasn't really a good idea because we kind of knew what our fans and friends liked, and we kind of steered away from that and went into a more of like a pop kind of format, which was cool in part, but for the most part it wasn't really being true to ourselves, and we really feel that was a mistake. And so
another high score.
What? Lachlan, at this point, just so you know, Lachlan's got first, third and fifth, and I have got nothing. So he's ripping it up. It sucks. But the good news was that we got a guy named Richard Dimmick in the band, second guitarist for the first time, which really maxed out the sound, and he was really hairy, which is great. And he could stick a pencil in his chest hair.
That was good.
It was really cool. And Michelle Jones, a sax player, and she didn't have any chest hair, but she was good too.